Hey everyone, what's cooking? Oh, I'm glad to see you guys back in my YouTube channel. Alright, before we begin, any recorders or UI questions, anything like this, self-UI questions, all of these you can find out in the description below. You can download most of what you see on the screen basically from my Discord, so I'll kindly ask you to visit my Discord or pop by my Twitch chat where I can help you maybe with specific questions that you may have, yeah? Alright. What we have today is the Rygelon Mythic kill video. And I'll walk you through similar to the Undoing video about, I don't know, I'll just show you a couple of niche things that you can do to just optimize your movement, your damage, things like that. Your cooldown usage, and yes, I will show you the actual feature or bug that you can do on this boss, and we'll take it from there. Alright, let's begin with the talents, the soul binds, and all of this, which gladly, happily for us, it's actually the same build that we played on Under, so not much explaining needed here. Still the same single target build, Cataclysm over Rain of Fire, which is the Mythic Plus version. Then we have Soul Tide here with Hammer of Genesis. To be frank with you, if you guys don't feel like min-maxing too much, you can also put the Infernal talent here, but it's just not enough gain, to be honest. Like in some of the pools that I had the other conduit in, it was like 50k, maybe let's say 100k damage on, not even 100k, definitely was less, but I'm just rounding up for the entire pool, even with very good procs. So I won't say it's just the Infernal Conduit doing a little more damage. But our Infernal breakdown I'll show you in a second, it wasn't that high. So I think the haze, the mini PI, because we're not getting PI'd, it's actually quite useful. And you can make it so that it extends here and there to, a very long duration of time. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the talents. It's like, it's the same build. Mechanicals, Soul Tide, and just blast. The idea is to snipe the quasars. I'll show you in a second in the video. We're using Madness again. And that's it. Alright, there is not much to show in terms of damage, but okay, here is the Infernal damage. It usually would, as I said, with the conduit, you do a little more, just a little more. Maybe not even 1% more, but as I said, if you don't feel like min-maxing, because there are a few things to do in that fight, but you can just play triple potency as well and be happy with the results. Like, it really is not going to make a difference, like a grand difference. CD usage, we can actually just go here. You're basically going to pop and pull. That's your biggest damage, as you can see. It's unfortunate that that's not where we can get the maximum value from the killing things, but I'll show you in a second that you get a lot of the value once you come up for P2, P3 and so on. It's like very consistent high damage profile. But yeah, pop and pull. Then we're using Ruby and 3-minute Inferno, unless you're getting fairies from your priests. We were not getting fairies, so 2-minute, 3-minute. Send Chink to cooldown on one of the quasars. Inferno as you walk, after you downstairs, because there isn't much happening when you're downstairs, so you get 3 DPS for like, I don't know, like 30 seconds, as you can see. And then you have a bunch of Infernos already kind of rolling with Rain of Fire. And as you can see, 4-minute Trinket, boom, a very, very, very big spike. And then it's the end of the fight, which, kind of syncs up minute 6 with Inferno, Trinket, and pot, second pot. So that's your third set of, or second set of CDs, however you want to call it. Alright. I could show you briefly, I suppose. This is the case buff, like you can see, almost 70% uptime. It's very easy to keep this up. It's not going to be 5 stacks all the time, but it's pretty easy. Like, you always have targets for this. This is the 15% crit, as you can see. Once you're up for P2, it's up almost the entire goddamn time. It's very impressive. Obviously, you can make it so that it's 100% uptime, but you're not really actually kind of doing damage to the boss in some of those instances where you're running, so it's not really worth refreshing it, but you must not let the dot drop. So I'll show you in a second with this one. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And I played about Changeling. I don't know. I have too much haste at the moment, and my group was not optimal. I mean, we have some Kyrians, but the other people in the group were not using what's called the name of the trinket, I forget, Demonology. And I really did not want any more haste, to be honest, having that's enough haste. So I decided to just play Changeling and have it to proc. Well, in this case, it procced everything, but yeah. Or maybe that's why my damage was looking kind of funky this evening. I usually had it to proc crit, and I had some very, very, very good pulls like before this kill. It's pretty nice though, pretty nice. What can I show? Boss damage if you're interested. See, boss damage, Rygelon. We're doing a bunch of boss damage. Like, this fight is very good for Destro. Unless you have to, if you're very unlucky and you have to move a lot. But anyway, enough with this. Let's get to the video. No, this one. It's this one. Oops, it's not here. Bro, what the fuck? And this one. So, same as Anduin. I guess boss is going to be the same with every fight, but yeah, I've just played Dash on the past couple of fights in the raid, so pretty stacky for piece. You can send an instant cast on like 2, and then this is why this was a bad pool. I was talking to chat, I think, and unfortunate, but I did not have free shards. But anyhow, a small bug I'll show you right away in the fight. You see my conflict charges. The first Chaos Bolt you sent us, the boss is poor. I don't know why, guys. Don't ask me. But it's there. I've noticed some, you know. It's a free Chaos Bolt, so to say. The first Chaos Bolt you send here, it's not going to consume a conflict charge, yeah? Boom. It's still 2. Now this one is going to consume 1, and this one is going to consume. So what's going to happen when you're sending normally as I would with 3 shards and the Inferno proc from the 4-piece, I would get to send like 2 Chaos Bolts, and basically I would already have a proc and it's a 3rd Chaos Bolt, and then it's another one, and you kind of have very, very, very quick ramp up to another 4-piece. But yeah, that's pretty, you know, just a small thing that you can guys use to increase your damage a little bit. Now, you get the first set of Quasars. We are assigned to slow the one in the back, but what you can do here is you keep your Kyrian tight, you have the boss. I have it a little bit earlier before they spawn, so it's up earlier for the next set as well, kind of. So I can get, you know, a little more value. I set my trinket. And be careful because these die very quickly. They do not have much HP, yeah? It's like 100k HP. And if 2 people actually do spell on them, I had a couple of occasions where I send my trinket and it doesn't even come back because the target is too low HP and dies. I don't know, that's kind of weird, but you know, doesn't matter. So I send my trinket, tight, this is gonna die, keep pumping the balls. As you can see, I've already swallowed this one. There may be other assignments for you guys, so you don't have to bother with this, but basically here's what's happening. We have these charges, now we're gonna extend, and you can keep that up basically with in a second. I'm pretty sure I did not do it in the Q video, but this spawn, yeah, I probably will not have it because, you know, me bad, but it doesn't matter. A very friendly piece of advice, and it's probably for every DPS and raid. If you have to do this set of Quasars, this is basically the second set of Quasars. It's basically the back group. The first ones is the melee, they're already there, and it's ours. We have very little time to get in, like very little. So make sure you queue your own Quasar, yeah? Make sure you send a spell, any spell, because look at this. It's so tight. Like, you have 4 seconds, this is already under the boss. The boss is gonna take, I mean, you're gonna wipe if this happens. So make sure you send your Quasar, yeah? And go in, and you move right away because these bombs, insta-kill unless you have wall, but you have to kill your wall perhaps for soaking the bombs in the back. Anyway, so this is the matter. This time was a little too high. We usually would have it around 100k, like 20% or less. First group does most of the damage because they have last running. This is our second group. When we enter, we usually do not touch it, but in this case it was a little too high, so I did a little bit of damage to it, and we let the third group finish it off. Now we have a bunch of quasars here. Unfortunately I cannot show you because I did not enter this group, but I'll show you this much so you don't get wiped. This group has a good 10 seconds to enter, yeah? 11 seconds even. So 2 people should enter right away, because if you saw these bombs here, or let me see, these ones, 4 of these are gonna spawn basically in the entire area because the quasars are stacked up. So if you're one of the ranges, let your melee go first, or if they're slow, just go in and move away right away, because these are gonna spawn, like there will be a lot more of these and they one shot pretty much. Anyway, let's go to the actual, important part for you guys. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, but it's obvious, but put your portal before the fight starts. These positions will be pre-assigned by your rate lead, so whichever it is, just pre-place it there. Alright, the bug. Very simple. Havoc the boss, come to the unstable core, and just die it. That's it. This is the bug. Obviously, you can do some min-maxing here, for example. As you can see, we have 1 stack of Genesis. Like, we can use it for a little bit, do some damage, then we're gonna extend it on the second one, and when we go here, it's gonna extend to the third one. It's just something small that you guys can utilize, I suppose. Now, the bug. So this one is dying. We have 7 seconds on it, or it's actually expiring, because this one, I don't know how the code works, but it doesn't consider the core dead. It considers it, for whatever reason, it's like expiring, so it actually gives back the buff to you. And you can see now it's gonna light up in a sec. Okay, here it is. Now, on the main target, on the boss, you have 3 seconds or 4 seconds left. So your first GCD, if you can, obviously I'm using Emulate here because I already know I can manage. But your next GCD needs to be tight on the boss, because as you can see, it's like a very tight timer. It's like 1 second. And that's what you need to do. You need to refresh the tight on the boss, and from now on, you have the permanent 50% crit, basically. And every time you press tight on the boss, I don't know if because I showed a bunch of time just having fun with it on stream, I'll just spam it on the boss, yeah. But yeah, you just put the tight, boom, another 8 seconds of critical. And you can do that whenever you have shards to do damage. Tight, do damage. Tight, do damage. Pretty much it. See, every time you say tight, damage. As soon as the phase is done, make sure you go and place your portal. Very important. And from now on, I'll be very honest with you, there is nothing new in the fight. So what you just saw in P1 repeats in P2, and then repeats in P3, and then you're in the execution phase, which is more of the same, and just kill the boss. So I don't know if there's anything more I can show you here, guys. Let's see, maybe if I won't show you okay, here this set of bombs. As you can see, I let two guys walk in. Okay, this guy was a little bit slow, but doesn't matter. He's gonna be next to me. Like, I need to get away right away, because you see how many bombs there are gonna be? It's like super scary, and it's a tight spot. So I have to move right away. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess I can... You probably saw it earlier, but if you get this one, the debuff when you're stacking, use a personal. You could also use a woe on the very first in P1, because probably the priests are gonna, symbol you, or whatever that spell is called, so you have your woe again at some point. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I obviously have my thing here, so I press woe, it's fine. I usually kept my woe if I have to back up for the soaking, for the orbs, but I've never been, actually in the kill video, I did not have to back up a single time, which was, pretty nice. Yeah. Anyway, guys, this would be it for this video, I think. I hope the information was useful to you. The next one, I've not decided yet, but it's probably going to be a Mythic Plus video. We'll see. I'll probably show you how to do this curing thing in M+ as well, because what you just saw is you can replicate this effect in the keys as well. But I mean, I think it's pretty consistent at this point. As soon as the automa is dying, you just send it on the boss, and you're gonna have it pretty much for the entire duration of the boss fight in M+. So it's not a rocket science, but that's pretty much how it works. But yeah, guys, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, as I said, for the UI, check the description below. Check my Twitch, check my Discord. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to help. And yeah, I'll send you over to the POV, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, fellas, and thank you. You're all awesome, as always. See ya.
Already lost my mind by then.
5,
Losing
4,
my mind now.
3, 2, 1.
Beware. Beware. Beware.
Wait. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Beware. 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 Beware.
Doors.
Beware.
Others low.
Beware.
One minute. Kill.
Beware. Beware. Beware.
Remember, these next quasars need damage.
I'll pierce the first.
Beware.
Go, go then. Or we'll wipe. Good luck.
Mana go.
One died only.
Beware.
Careful when it's on top of the boss.
2, 1, kill.
Beware. Beware.
Next cooldowns, you can use your second pots.
You taking this one too,
Yeah.
Okay, I got the boss.
Beware.
Right, remember, the next Quasars have no fucking distance on them.
I will leave plus it.
Need big damage on these Quasars.
Just hard swap to the first.
Yeah, hard swap to them.
And be aware of your side, mate.
Beware.
So you if you didn't.
Beware.
They're dying soon, these Quasars, be ready.
Mana
They
go.
died.
There they go. Yeah.
Second
Ready again.
Quasars, next Quasars, yeah, kill these.
Beware.
Don't kill these last ones too early.
Careful when it's on top. Also wall.
I won't have much for this
Also
call.
wall.
Yeah, give them cool to kill them.
Kill now.
Beware.
Just pot and kill it.
Easy as
Come
easy
on!
Beware.
Oh, so we have this room.
kill.
Let's go!
Oh, finally, man. Oh, shit.
Nothing! Woo!
Oh, what the fuck, guys? Oh, you.
We gotten as many mythic
What
tokens
do you think?
Oh,
and
somebody's gonna get a chest.
Of course we get non-zenith tier.
No, I can't.
oh,
You need a healer and a tank as loot, man. I see it.
Yeah, and this tank isn't even going on jet.